Number 25. The check engine light. Right now, roughly 1 in 10 cars on the road is driving around with this thing glowing. It's the most ignored light in automotive history. Here's the problem. It works like a smoke alarm in your kitchen. The alarm can't tell you if it's burnt toast or a house fire. It just knows something's off. Your car is the same. That little amber engine could mean a loose gas cap, or it could mean a dying catalytic converter worth over $1,000. A cheap code reader tells you which. Guessing tells you nothing. Number 24. The tire pressure light. The one that looks like a horseshoe with an exclamation point. This light exists because of a scandal. After a wave of deadly tire failures in the late 90s, the US government stepped in and made tire monitoring mandatory on new cars. So how does it work? Picture each of your tires wearing a little fitness watch. Each sensor constantly checks pressure and reports back to the car. When one tire drops too low, the watch taps you on the shoulder. Low tires wear faster, waste fuel, and blow out more. This light has quietly saved a lot of lives. Quick one before we keep rolling. If calm car breakdowns like this are your thing, subscribing genuinely helps the channel. Number 23. The battery light. Most people see this and think their battery is dying. Usually, it's not the battery at all. Think of it like your money. Your alternator is your paycheck. It earns electricity while you drive. Your battery is just your savings account. When this light comes on, it means the paycheck stopped, and you're now living off savings. The car still runs, but the clock is ticking. Once the savings run dry, everything shuts off, sometimes in the middle of the road. You might have 20 minutes. Head somewhere safe, not somewhere far. Number 22. The coolant temperature light. The little thermometer floating in waves. This is one of the few lights that can destroy your engine in minutes, not months. It works exactly like a fever thermometer. Your engine has a normal temperature, and this light means the fever has spiked into dangerous territory. Keep driving with a hot engine, and metal parts start to warp. The head gasket goes, and now a $50 coolant leak becomes a $2,000 repair. If this glows red, pull over and shut it off. Never open the cap while it's hot either. That's how people end up in the ER. Number 21. The washer fluid light. This is officially the cheapest problem your dashboard will ever report, about $3 to fix, and yet people pay shops to top it up during service visits at a serious markup. The symbol looks like a windshield with a little fountain. The system is just a spray bottle, honestly. There's a jug of soapy fluid, a tiny pump, and nozzles aimed at your glass. When the jug runs low, the light pops on. Here's the catch. Run it bone dry in winter, and the pump can burn out. Suddenly, your $3 problem grew a zero. Number 20. The ABS light. Anti-lock brakes weren't invented for cars. The idea first showed up on aircraft back in 1929, because a plane skidding on landing is a very bad day. Here's what it does in your car. When you slam the brakes, ABS pumps them for you, like a drummer tapping out a rhythm far faster than your foot ever could, many times per second. That tapping keeps the tires turning just enough to let you steer while stopping. When this light is on, ABS is off. Your normal brakes still work, but in a panic stop, you're the drummer now. Number 19. The traction control light. The car with two squiggly lines behind it. Here's a quiet problem you've probably never noticed. Your tires lose grip for split seconds all the time, on rain, gravel, painted lines. This system is the fix. It works like a skating instructor holding your hand on the ice. The moment one skate slips, the instructor steadies you before you even realize you wobbled. The car does this by trimming engine power or braking one wheel. When the light flickers, it's actively catching a slip. When it stays on solid, the instructor went home. Drive gently. Number 18. The red brake warning light. An exclamation point inside a circle. Red matters here. Amber lights are suggestions. Red brake lights are emergencies. Most of the time, it means one of two things. Your parking brake is still on, or your brake fluid is low. Driving with the parking brake engaged is like sailing with the anchor still down. You'll move, but you're grinding away your brakes the whole time, and they can overheat. If the parking brake is off and this light stays lit, your stopping system may be losing fluid. That one's not a later problem. Number 17. The airbag light. A seated person with a ball on their lap. Here's the scale of what this light protects. In a crash, an airbag inflates in around 30 milliseconds. That's faster than you can blink. It's essentially a balloon that inflates with a controlled explosion, then deflates almost instantly to catch you softly instead of bouncing you back. The whole event is over before your brain processes the impact. When this light stays on, the system has found a fault, and many cars respond by disabling the airbags entirely. So the light doesn't mean maybe broken, it often means switched off. Number 16. The fuel light, and the secret hiding next to it. Most drivers have owned cars for years without noticing this. Beside the little gas pump icon, there's a tiny arrow. That arrow points to the side of the car where your fuel door is. It's a built-in signpost, planted right on your dashboard, quietly ending the which side is the tank on shuffle at every rental car and gas station forever. As for the light itself, it usually means you've got somewhere around 30 to 50 miles left, depending on the car. Running the tank low regularly can shorten your fuel pump's life too. Number 15, the Seatbelt Reminder. The chime everyone hates exists because of one of the most generous decisions in business history. In 1959, a Volvo engineer named Niels Bohlin invented the modern three-point seatbelt, and Volvo gave the patent away for free so every carmaker could use it. The reminder, light, and chime are just an alarm clock you can't snooze. It keeps ringing until you do the one thing it's asking. Annoying? Sure. But that belt is still the single most effective safety device in the entire car. More than airbags, more than ABS. Millions of people are alive because of it. Number 14, the blue high beam light. Here's a problem most new drivers don't realize they're causing. Leaving high beams on with traffic around. Your high beams are a flashlight pointed straight into someone's eyes. To you, the road looks great. To the driver coming towards you, the world just went white, and they're temporarily blind while aiming 2 tons of metal in your direction. That's why this indicator is blue and bright, the only blue light on most dashboards. It's designed to be impossible to miss. See oncoming headlights? Dip yours. It's the cheapest act of road kindness there is. Number 13, the fog light indicator. A lamp with slanted lines through the beam. Most people think fog calls for high beams. It's the opposite. Fog is millions of tiny water droplets, and high beams hit them like a movie projector pointed at a screen. The light bounces straight back at you as a glowing white wall. Fog lights are mounted low and aimed down, sliding light underneath the fog layer where the air is clearer. That's why they sit near the bumper, not up top. Rear fog lights exist too, and they're brilliant. They make you visible from behind long before your brake lights would be. Number 12, the cruise control light. A little speedometer with an arrow. This one was invented by a blind man. Ralph Teeter, a brilliant engineer who lost his sight as a child, got so annoyed by his lawyers' constant speeding up and slowing down during car rides that he invented a device to hold speed steady. His idea works like a treadmill. You set the pace once, and the machine holds it. Uphill, downhill, doesn't matter. It adjusts the effort to keep the speed locked. When this light is green, the treadmill is running. Your right foot gets the day off. Number 11, the power steering light. A steering wheel with an exclamation mark. Here's a problem your great-grandparents knew well. Cars are heavy, and turning the front wheels of a heavy machine at low speed takes real muscle. Power steering is the strong friend who grabs the stuck jar lid for you. You still do the turning, but the system multiplies your effort so a fingertip does the work of 2 arms. When this light comes on, the friend lets go. The car remains steerable, but at parking speeds it suddenly feels like the jar lid again. Plan your turns early. And if you're still watching at this point, you're exactly who this channel is made for. Number 10, the security light. Usually a car with a key or a padlock. This little blinker is one of the biggest reasons car theft plummeted from its peak decades ago. Inside your key sits a chip, and starting the car requires a secret handshake. The car challenges the key answers with a code, and only then does the engine agree to run. No correct handshake, no start. Even with a perfectly cut metal key. When parked, the light blinks to advertise the guard on duty. If it stays on while driving, the handshake system itself has a fault worth checking. Number 9, the glow plug light. The squiggly coil symbol, mostly on diesels. Here's a problem gas drivers never think about. Diesel engines have no spark plugs. Nothing makes a spark. Instead, diesels squeeze air until it gets hot enough to ignite fuel on its own, which is hard when the engine is freezing cold. Glow plugs fix that. They preheat the cylinders the way you preheat an oven before baking. Turn the key, the coil lights up, and you wait a few seconds while things warm. When the light goes out, the oven is ready. Start it, and off you go. Number 8, the lane departure warning. A car drifting between dashed lines. The reason this exists is sobering. Drifting out of a lane is one of the leading ingredients in serious highway crashes, often from nothing more dramatic than a tired driver and 2 seconds of wandering attention. The system is bowling with the bumpers up. A camera watches the lane markings, and if you slide toward the gutter without signaling, the bumpers nudge you. A beep, a vibrating wheel, sometimes gentle steering back to center. Use your turn signal, and the bumpers politely step aside. It knows the difference between drifting and deciding. Number 7, the auto start-stop light. An A inside a circular arrow. Every minute you idle at a red light, you're paying for fuel while going exactly nowhere, and city drivers can waste a meaningful chunk of their tank this way. This system treats your engine like the lights in a room. Leaving for a minute? Flip them off. It shuts the engine down at stops and restarts it the instant you lift off the brake. Cars with this feature use beefed-up starters built for hundreds of thousands of cycles. If the light shows crossed out, the system is off or unavailable, often just a cold engine or a low battery. Number 6. The transmission temperature light. A thermometer inside a gear. This is a light many drivers have never seen and hopefully never will, because when it appears, expensive things are about to happen. Your automatic transmission runs on fluid, and towing, mountain climbs, or stop-and-go heat can push it past its limit. Think of a blender running too long. The motor strains, things smell hot, and pushing further cooks it. Overheated transmission fluid breaks down fast, and a cooked transmission is one of the priciest repairs in the business. If this light appears, pull over and let everything idle and cool. Number 5. The master warning light, the exclamation point in a triangle. Most people assume this symbol means one specific thing. It doesn't mean anything by itself. It's the doorbell of your dashboard. When it rings, it's not telling you who's at the door, it's telling you to go look. Modern cars track dozens of things that don't get their own dedicated symbol. So when one of those trips, the triangle lights up and a message appears on your screen. Low-key battery, a burned-out bulb, a door sensor. The triangle says, read the message. The message says everything else. Number 4, the Snowflake, the frost warning light. Here's the danger it's built around. Black ice. Roads can freeze while the air a few feet up still reads above freezing, which is exactly how drivers get surprised. Your car has a thermometer near the front bumper, and when the outside temperature drops to around freezing, the snowflake appears. A tiny weather forecaster riding along with you, warning that conditions are right for ice even if the road looks merely wet. It can't see actual ice. It's forecasting risk, not reporting fact. When it lights up, add following distance and soften every input. Number 3, the hyperactive turn signal. Here's a problem cars solved in the sneakiest way possible. How do you tell a driver a bulb burned out without adding yet another warning light? Answer: change the rhythm. When a turn signal bulb dies, the indicator on your dash suddenly blinks double time. It's like a racing pulse. A doctor doesn't need you to say anything. The rhythm itself is the message. On older cars, this happened naturally through the flasher circuit, and modern cars deliberately mimic it because generations of drivers already speak the language. Fast blinking means check your bulbs, front and back. Number 2, the wrench light, the service reminder. Here's where dealerships quietly make a fortune. Drivers see this and assume something is wrong, then approve whatever the service desk suggests. Usually, nothing is broken at all. This light is a calendar reminder, like the postcard from your dentist saying it's cleaning time. It triggers off mileage or time, oil changes, inspections, scheduled service, not off an actual fault. That doesn't make it ignorable. Skipping oil changes is genuinely how engines die young, but it does mean you can shop around calmly. It's an appointment reminder, not an ambulance siren. Number 1, the red oil can, the most dangerous light on your entire dashboard. Here's the scary part. Plenty of engines have been destroyed in under 5 minutes by drivers who figured they'd just make it home. Oil is your engine's blood, and the oil pump is its heart. Metal parts inside your engine spin and slide against each other thousands of times a minute, and pressurized oil is the only thing keeping them from grinding themselves apart. This light means blood pressure has dropped. The heart isn't delivering. There is no drive it gently option here. Pull over, shut it off immediately. Every red light on your dash asks for attention. This one demands surrender. So next time your dashboard lights up, you'll actually know what it's saying. Here's another one you'll love.